Down, down, down. What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Elks Call, your home for Edmonton Elks fan talk. My name is Scout, aka the rep from Section X.
And I'm Katherine Schrader.
Coming to you live on Shotgun Sports Network with the replay airing exclusively on Edmonton Sports Talk. Katherine, episode 100.
Already. Wow.
Already.
That's feels like a lot, but not enough. You know, but 100 episodes seems like a lot.
It's a lot. It doesn't feel like we've done 100 episodes of the show.
I can't believe it's been 100 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. We have produced 100 episodes, right?
How many filler episodes?
A couple of them. But and of
Still
course,
cool.
little technical difficulties on our end as well. So this wouldn't be the Elks Call in episode 100 without it. Very exciting episode at that. We can't thank everybody enough for riding with us here at Shotgun Sports. Hit the like, subscribe, and favorite buttons to show some love, as your support means everything to us here at SSN. All right, let's dig into the schedule.
Yeah, let's do it.
We've got quite a bit to talk about today. It's not a stacked schedule, but we got a good one. We're going to open up with the More You Didn't Know, where we talk to our guest about a variety of topics. Next, we're going to give you Kathy's Herd Report, where we bring you the latest from Double E Land, transactions, news, all of that good stuff. After that, we're going to give you an Edmonton sports update, and then we will play some Green or Gold, our take on Hot or Not. And of course, finally, to finish off this episode, we will be opening up the fan forum, where we talk about all of the latest topics in the CFL and, of course, Double E Land as well. But we do have a very special guest here, and let's just dig right into the More You Didn't Know, shall we? This segment and episode is brought to you by Royal Retros. If you like throwbacks, you're going to love Royal Retros. They are the throwback kings, and they have CFLPA merchandise, CFL inspired merchandise, and more. CFL fans have been shopping with Royal Retros for years, and we hope you do too. But without further ado, please welcome to the show number 80, wide receiver for your Edmonton Elks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Carter Kettyle.
How's it going?
Good, man. Thanks for joining us today, Carter. We do have to ask, have you even had an off season?
No, not for a little while here. Actually, I was just talking to my mom and dad about that. It's been quite the last year, I'd say here. So definitely a blessing, though.
I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah, better to be busy than not.
Yeah,
that's what I like to say.
Idle hands, devil's work, all that stuff. We're super excited to see you suit up in some familiar colors for our viewers and listeners. Well, specifically for our viewers live. If you're watching, please be sure to throw your comments and questions into the herd chat, and we will do our best to get them onto the show. Let's start this off. Question number 1. Before we get to know you as an Edmonton Elk, we want to dig into your past. You were born in Grovedale, Alberta, and grew up in the Upper Peace region of the province. What kind of started your path in football from there?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I have a very big family. I'm the youngest of 6, so I have a lot of older siblings that have kind of shaped me into the man I am today. And my closest sibling in age, who's 8 years older than I am, was a football player. So that was the football side of things. But ever since I was as young as I can't even remember, I always loved sports. I was always fascinated by sports. I wanted to be a hockey player, just like my dad. I couldn't get into organized hockey soon enough, so I did can skate and played t-ball and soccer and basketball and you name it. If there wasn't water involved, I was probably playing it. Not the strongest swimmer, so that was kind of my journey. I played every sport that I could for as long as I could. And then, I gave up football actually after the 6th grade. I played in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. And I was dead set on wanting to be a hockey player. And when it was the spring season in Pee Wee, and then when I got to Bantam, it was the fall season. So I gave up the sport, and I think I watched one practice about a week into the season, and I was like, I'm not ready to give this up yet, Mom. But I haven't looked back since. So
it's like, how do you know that you're an and from Alberta, you're dead set on
On
hockey.
yeah.
Ask me hockey, and I guess I'll do football if that's a no-go. I guess. But what teams did you cheer for when you were a kid?
Yeah, growing up, it was obviously Edmonton. Being around there, I was born in Edmonton. I never lived here, but my mom was flown down into Edmonton for. I was 7 weeks premature, so that was my story. So she had to get some help there with me being born. And then I grew up around Grand Prairie, so being around Edmonton a bunch. My dad's a diehard Oilers fan, has been his whole life. So I grew up an Oilers fan, and definitely grew up watching Edmonton.
I love it. Double E football, Edmonton Oilers hockey. That's an Albertan story right there.
Yeah.
There's an Alberta story. I'm from Fort McMurray, so the other side, right? But that's amazing to hear. I mean, we're going to touch a little bit more on that, I think.
Yeah. You finish your high school football career with the St. Joe Celtics before moving on to university athletics. What would you say your defining moments were playing football in Grand Prairie?
Yeah, I ended up sticking with football. One, I was definitely better at it than hockey and all of the other sports. But nothing replicated the brotherhood. And that was one thing that was very, very big for me. I was fortunate enough that when I graduated high school, 5 guys from my grad class ended up going to the U of A to play with the Bears. So that was something that it made the transition very easy. But I had been playing football with some of these guys since the 6th grade. Like even Matthew Udine, who was a draft pick this year, I played with him in the 6th grade. And then one of the quarterbacks, his name's Kate Lebrecq. He was my quarterback in Bantam and high school and a little bit at the U of A as well. So it was something that I couldn't replicate. Where with hockey, every year it was new teammates and it was new teams and new coaches. It was I grew up with a lot of the guys that I'm still playing with to this day. And that's something that I think football has given me more than the sport itself.
That's cool.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to, like you said, the brotherhood, right? Kind of growing up with these guys. I mean, obviously became Bomb, right? Another brotherhood, even all the way down the line. And it's so interesting. I mean, the football world, it's so big, but so small. Like, could you attest to that?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Doing the combine in Edmonton and kind of growing up around Edmonton and the football community and like playing lots of games down here in Edmonton. And then going through the combine process was unbelievable. The support I felt from the Edmonton football community was unmatched. And especially being drafted by the Elks now, it hasn't really stopped, which is something that I'm very thankful for. And like you said, it's a very tight-knit community. It's even though Edmonton is a very big city and football is a very big sport in Canada still. It's a very tight-knit community, and I feel all of the love and support from everybody, and it's amazing.
Oh, so good. No, and I know we touched on it at the combine, right? It's great to see the green and gold everywhere. I mean, coaching, scouting, helping out in any way. The folks over at Foot and Saddle were great. U of A Golden Bears everywhere. It's and I mean, even teammates such as like Colby Herford, it's kind of cool to see those parallels as well. We are always great about bringing in some of the U of A Golden Bears, right?
I think there's a lot to say about the pride, the local pride. When you're watching a team that you are well known here in the city, a local pride, and then suddenly you see so many of those players on the field during the combine and all of that. It's really cool. I like that.
But I mean, let's get back to the U of A Golden Bears for a moment here. You did play 22 games over 4 years, right? 22-25, registering 101 receptions for 1,695 yards and 17 touchdowns. Katherine and I have actually watched some of your performances over your tenure. Our favorite memory, obviously, the Hardy Cup run. But we got to know, what are your favorite memories from playing at U of A?
Yeah, there's so many different things that kind of stand out. I made a lot of really good friends over the years. And those long nights after long days of school, and hard-fought battles. Those are ones that you remember forever. You never remember the cold days. You don't remember the aches and pains. You just remember the brothers that you were fighting with, and that's those things stand out for sure. I think if there was a game that I had to pick that stands out, it would be the semifinal game in 2023 against the U of S. Probably the most complete football game I've ever been a part of in my entire life. From offense to defense to special teams, it was essentially the perfect football game on our end. And especially from playing against a powerhouse like the U of S, it was a team that we knew we had to take seriously, and that the feeling in the locker room and in the meeting rooms was amazing after the game. It's inexplainable because it was just a feeling that isn't often matched. So yeah, that definitely stands out. But I injured myself in my third year in 2024 in a preseason game, and I remember the support that I had from not only my family and my friends, but my coaches and my teammates and the training staff and all sorts of people. And the response when I was able to come back to practice, because I was expected to miss the whole season. So when I kind of randomly snuck out and started doing RVAs, I scared a bunch of the guys because I'd been doing some individual drills and stuff. But when they see me go up with two hands to catch the ball, they all were a little scared and then really happy for me and excited for me to come back and being able to kind of build that into the performance that I had, where we unfortunately lost the game in overtime by a single point. But just to be able to have kind of a big game, it was almost as if I had an extended off season leading into that game, and that was a nice feeling to be able to understand that all my hard work definitely still paid off, and I was able to try to put the team in a position to be able to win.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will have to say, so a lot of our viewers know that I'm fairly new to football, and I went to U of A as well. So I went to the U of A. I never saw any games by the Golden Bears. I never went to anything like that. Then about 4 years ago, I started becoming a football fan, and I went to Edmonton Elks games. Yeah. And then Scout took me to a Golden Bears game. And I was like, what is this? What am I watching? Why is this so exciting? Why is this the best football I've ever seen?
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting.
I will always have to say that, there's something about the Golden Bears and the U of A football that it just automatically became some of my favorite football that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's just, everybody's so hungry. You're all so young and so hungry to really, get that win and show that you're able to do something. So that was, those are some of the coolest games that I've seen. So I'll just have to say that.
Yeah, especially that semi. I mean,
yes.
To watch that game.
Were we there for that one?
We were there for that one.
Was that was the one?
They hadn't had a play. That would be the home playoff game in 23, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Edmonton Elks are out of the playoffs at that time.
Yeah.
And you guys hadn't hosted a game, a playoff game at Footfield in such a long time.
Yeah.
And to be able to go there, celebrate that, watch that, Bob Stauffer's up there talking to 20 or 30 older gentlemen, and it was just a scene. Like the city kind of came out and celebrated that, and you guys put on the performance. That's like we said, right? That's kind of why it was our favorite. So
well, see, there you go. That's my favorite memory of football.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, kind of getting back to your off season here. It was obviously cut very short this year as the 2026 CFL Combine rolled through Edmonton, as we had previously mentioned. Now, you did kind of speak on how cool it was to host, but what was it like to be able to put on a decent performance as well? Like, did you think that you were putting your best foot forward throughout that entire combine?
Yeah, it was as an athlete, you build this idea of something in your head being a pinnacle, and you have this idea of I just want to make it there. I just want to make it there. And in my entire career, nothing had added up to the combine. To me, that was the ultimate pinnacle. But leading up, I have a lot of very smart people in my corner, which is something that I am forever grateful for. And there was a moment for me that it clicked after a lot of very long nights and a lot of very long conversations. That it wasn't my be all end all. And the idea was, rather than building it up to be my pinnacle, to kind of bring my 10-year-old self with me and to just take it all in. And that was something that, especially being in Edmonton and doing the testing portion at Commonwealth and all of the practices at Foot, there was no unfamiliarity with the location or the scenery. So I got to take in all of the cool things of, even as much as walking out to the dome and seeing the little combine banners hanging above the doorway, and things like that, where it was one of the coolest things, if not the coolest things I've ever done in my life. And it was, all in all, that was an amazing experience. I didn't necessarily perform to the highest of my standards, but I think that that's kind of everybody at every combine. They have these expectations of themselves and these goals, and it's very difficult to live up to those sometimes.
You're supposed to be like borderline perfect, right? That's
yeah, exactly, right? It's like, hey, spend these next 5 days being absolutely perfect on every single thing you do, and every interaction, and every athletic test, in every football movement. But all in all, I was very happy that I was able to meet so many smart football minds and individuals, as well as a lot of athletes that were there, and all of us competing for the same thing at the end of the day, right? But it was it was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life.
So awesome.
That is cool. Well, that brings us right to the 2026 draft day. That after the combine, we see the draft day. Can you bring us through the day, and what were the emotions? Did you hope that you were going to get selected by the Edmonton Elks?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough. I was able to go home to Grand Prairie. So I was with most of my family, as well as actually the quarterback that I mentioned earlier, Cade. He came out, him and his family. All of our families are very close. So they were there to support me and very excited for me. Funny story, actually, his dad has like an early 2000s, I want to say, double E jersey, and he wore it and decided that was going to be the thing that we needed to get me to go to Edmonton. But yeah, leading up to it, it was very nerve-wracking, and I had to remind my family that we can't hope that it's Edmonton, because there is 8 other teams and I could go anywhere, and that we just want to be excited wherever I do go. But in the back of my mind, I had my fingers crossed for sure. Knowing so many people in the organization, knowing quite a few guys on the team already. I had been throwing with some of the guys. I'd been running routes with some of the guys. So getting to know the guys over the last few months. And then, ex-teammates, Golden Bears alum, old coaches, old teammates in ticketing and in sales. And it was in the back of my mind. I was like, that would be by far the easiest transition. And as a draftee, all you're looking for is an opportunity to kind of get in. It's very hard to make a CFL team, and that's something that is in the back of your mind. So you just hope to go to a place that is going to be the best opportunity for you as an individual. That's ultimately why I ended up going to the U of A, and that's why I committed there, is because I felt like that was the best opportunity for me as an individual, and that was the place that wanted me, not just on a level of like, oh, he's a good receiver, but like felt as if they needed me to be there. And that's all I wanted, was to go somewhere that a team kind of had that same desire to get me. And yeah, when the 21st pick rolled around and my phone started ringing, I was pretty excited, to say the least.
How about your family? Did they all freak out? Were they all happy?
Yeah, a lot of tears. Initially, they were just excited that my phone was ringing, and then I got off the phone. I had a little conversation with Coach Killam, and nobody was 100% sure who it was. Only a couple people kind of knew that Edmonton had the next pick, myself being one of them. But so when I hung up the phone, my mom, it went dead silent. My mom went, who was it? And I said Edmonton, and then everybody freaked out and was very excited, and yeah, it was awesome. So they're all very happy that not only it's the place that I grew up watching, but it's close to home.
So good. I mean, Chris Morris, the city, the colors, it kind of made sense to us. I mean, you know, we even over here, we do the Elks Herd, and then we also have Shotgun Sports Network where we're neutral media and everything. And, you know, I'm like a little bit like excited and giddy. And I'm like, yeah, we got Carter Kettyle for the interview. Really hope this guy goes to the Edmonton Elks. I'm not out here to sway anybody's decision or anything like that. We definitely got to be responsible media when we are not fan-sided media. But yeah, I mean, it made sense to us. We were really excited about
internally, we were biased.
Internally, yes, eternally as well. But no. But I mean, the big bonus now is that we can find you at E Training Camp, Edmonton Elks, at Clark. Really special watching you. I mean, I have noticed that you're turning some heads. You're making great catches. I'm the guy sometimes in not E colors over on the sidelines watching, but been trying to catch you guys, you know, at least an hour every day during my lunch break. So, got to ask, how do you feel about training camp so far?
Yeah, it's been an unbelievable experience. You know, there's a lot of really good football players out there that I've been trying to pick their brain as much as I can, while also understanding that they're trying to prepare for the season. But yeah, Austin Mack reached out pretty early in the process after I got drafted. And kind of just let me know that if I needed anything that I could always hit him up. And yeah, I've been picking his brain. We've been talking after pretty much every practice and just kind of discussing football, discussing little technique things that he thinks might help me, or maybe just a mindset shift that could help me. But yeah, it's been awesome. You know, as a competitor, it's all you hope for is to just continue to play against higher levels of competition. So yeah, it's an adjustment. It's definitely not U Sports football, but I'm a football player, so I'm just having fun out there and taking it all in and adjusting as I go.
And I mean, it seems like you're adjusting pretty well, right? And then you do have a competitive room around you. Competition breeds competition, iron sharpens iron, sort of thing. We can see that out there. I know that one of the big popular topics is how it looks different out there now for the E in their training camp. So, I mean, it's been exciting watching you guys. Now, we do have a fan question that's kind of in line with this. Let's bring up Amanda's. Amanda Jin in the her chat. What is up, Amanda? She does ask, who are you most excited to play with?
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of names that jump out initially, especially growing up around the team, and then being at the U of A, being able to watch some of the games. You see guys like Nick Anderson out there making plays, guys like Cody Fajardo, who's in my opinion is but Austin Mack jumps out for sure. Just has been a guy that has been so solid for so long in the CFL. And has really made a name for himself in the CFL, and Justin Rankin too. Seeing him in the media, just a character, seemed like he'd be a fun guy to be around, and yeah, he has left me speechless a couple times. He is the funniest guy in the room, pretty much anywhere he goes, but also a fierce competitor, and really cares about it. Pretty sure he's been the first guy on the field every single day. And yeah, there's a reason that he's as dynamic as he is. But also, yeah, he's been great. He's helped a lot with the transition and made me feel a little bit more at home in my own home, it feels like. So
same city, different field, completely different. It's a different brotherhood, right? It's now you have to kind of mesh with a lot of guys that you've never really played with. Like, this kind of brings you out of your comfort zone of even, let's say, your career path in football.
Yeah,
that's
definitely different for sure. It's but it's like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a football player, right? So it's something that I'm just very excited that you know, I get to do this from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. pretty much every day right now. So
right here in Edmonton.
Well, Yeah,
All
gotta
part of
work
the
hard.
story.
We do have a comment by Amanda. She does say, "I will be a fan day on Monday. Excited to meet you. Bringing my 2 boys."
Likewise.
Yes. Yeah. Let's take a look at the
let's
questions.
do fan questions. Yeah. Well, we got a couple of fan questions here. This is from Pierre. What's up, Pierre? Hi, Carter. Congratulations on making the first cut day. This is a very deep camp with a large amount of receivers in it. Talk about who you are trying to learn from and who you have learned, what you have learned at this next level as a new pro. So I know you had kind of spoken about who you're, Austin Mack, talking to Austin Mack about some things even behind the scenes, but can you possibly expand upon that?
Yeah. The whole receiver room has been very helpful, kind of just talking football with a lot of really smart individuals and guys that have been in the league for a little while. I was talking to Keon Julian Grant today, and he made a comment about how being a rookie is tough and that it's a grind. And yeah, like it's kind of just, it's continuing to confirm things that you hear all the time and all those cliches that you hear. But yeah, like Pierre said, it's a very deep camp with a lot of very talented receivers. So being able to watch those guys and turn on the film and the practice film of plays that I know, and I know exactly what is supposed to be the outcome. And I know exactly what everybody's job is to the finest detail. Being able to put the tape on and see those things and learn via visual has been awesome. But from what I've learned, I think it's the processing speed is the biggest thing. Everybody talks about the speed of the game. And yes, everybody is fast 100% and they're bigger, stronger, and faster. But I think that you have so many smart individuals on the football field now that have played the game at the highest level. And the time that it takes for them to process something and to get their body to react is unbelievably, I guess it's unbelievable to compare is what I'm trying to say, from the U Sports level to the CFL level, right? Because it's at the U Sports level, I always felt as if that I was able to process and think the game faster than anybody on the field. Whereas now I'm just trying to keep up for most of the parts. But yeah, and obviously learning the playbook and getting into the playbook more and more and getting more and more comfortable with that is just going to help with my own personal speed. But yeah, that's been a huge transition. So just trying to play confident and play smooth and not look like I'm thinking too hard out there.
So you'd say that's the biggest difference between U Sport?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, perfect.
That's interesting, and that's why I definitely wanted to bring somebody in that is, a rookie that is coming from university athletics to the CFL, is because you don't really understand what the differences are, right? It's a big difference when you think about it. So It's very interesting to hear exactly what the parallels are and, what the difference. It makes me think of the difference between going from high school to university. That, you graduate in grade 12 and you're like, yeah, I got this. And then you get into university and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, it's very comparable. Actually, that was something I brought up, is that it's kind of nice that I didn't redshirt at all in university, and I'm fresh 22. I turned 22 at the end of April, so I'm still very young, and I had a great but very short university career, and I had a lot of great coaches to learn from and everything, and I still spent a good amount of time there. But yeah, it was only 4 years ago that I was a rookie, or 5 years ago now that I was a rookie, right? So I am out of it, and I had spent time at university, adjusted to the speed and it being my norm. It's something that is definitely in the back of my head of, okay, it took a little while at university to adjust, and by my second year it was easier, and by my third year it was easier, and by my fourth year it was easier. But yeah, just kind of embracing the grind and living in the parts of being a rookie.
Oh, beauty. Yeah, and here you are again, right? You once again, you are a rookie again, and you get to go through the year-by-year motion.
Yeah.
Well, and really, I mean, for where you're at right now, focusing on the now, it's making it through each day of training camp.
Yeah.
You guys have extremely long days. And for you, I mean, it's about resiliency, staying resilient, and continuing forward even past a lack of off season. So yeah, I mean, we're excited to see the rest of the Carter Kettyle story. That's for sure. Do we have any other fan questions?
Yeah, we have one. And this kind of brings us to kind of the fun side of the interview. We've learned about you, we know what we want to know, and now it's just the fun stuff. So before we ask our questions, I do want to bring John Kirby's question over here. What's your favorite restaurant in Edmonton?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't, unfortunately, had the opportunity to explore all of the little niche places. I'd say my favorite date night spot has been Joey's. Me and my girlfriend love it there. It's great food. But for a little quick snack, I live on the south side. So me and Matthew Udine actually, we lived together for a long time and lived pretty close to the Donaire Bros on this side, and we're both big Donaire guys. So I gotta shout out Donaire Bros as well.
Nice. We live right by
Love it.
Swiss. I'm surprised I haven't gained many pounds myself. Yeah, no, Donairs are always great. Once again, Alberta staple. Good old Alberta.
Gotta love it.
All right, game day traditions, superstitions. What do you got?
Yeah, so growing up playing hockey, I was actually a goalie. So I was pretty much the most superstitious person in the building everywhere I went. It had to be, I'd sit in the 7th seat of the 7th row behind the bench for pregame, and I'd have to visualize X and Y and Z. From a superstition standpoint now, though, I'm pretty relaxed. I'm not a super big hoorah guy. I don't like to. The last time I listened to music really before the game in my own doing is in the car ride there. I like to get there super early. But yeah, I'm pretty relaxed. At the U of A, I would throw a foam football around with some of the student kinesiologists in the training room while everybody else is in the locker room wearing headphones and getting in that zone. My mom brought it up to me a while ago, as a goalie especially, is that whenever I was having fun and I was just in the moment and enjoying myself is always when I played the best. And I really embraced that throughout my university career of just trying to have fun and be loose. So that's been trying to eliminate superstition as much as I can. It has been something for me. I did actually wear the same Lil Wayne t-shirt out for pregame every year or every game for most of my career at the U of A. But other than that, yeah, a bit of a routine. I'll go out and I'll stretch before the game on the 55-yard line, and I have a little bit of a stretch that I'll do. We have a long dynamic warm up, and our strength and conditioning coach is awesome, so I don't have too much of a problem being warm for game time. But yeah, then visualization has been a big thing. Being able to stand at center field and visualize, it helps me go through the playbook as well a little bit, but it also it's visualization of success, and that's what you look for as an athlete, and being able to see yourself making plays and feel that and kind of replicate the feeling is something that's amazing. I actually the craziest thing that I think I've ever had happen was at that Hardy Cup semifinal game. I had a nod route that I scored a 75-yard touchdown on, and it wasn't a play that we had in. It was kind of drawn up in the sand on the sideline after the first quarter, but I pregame was standing in the center field and visualized it happening. So crazy things like that have kind of happened over my career. But yeah, like I just kind of had a routine, and it just kind of kept me loose, and I would banter with people, and I made sure that I knew who to leave alone on game day and tried to be respectful of everybody's routine and their superstitions. But yeah, I had some coaches that I was close with, or some of the training staff that I was close with, or even red shirts or other teammates that were not as focused and wired in on that stuff that I could just banter with and talk ball with.
Loose,
I love it.
Loose.
We manifesting around here.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you have to ask though, Carter? What is your favorite type of route to run, or your favorite type of call?
Yeah, I don't know. I love the game, so it changes from time to time. As a receiver, it's kind of bad, I think, that I don't have a favorite route that I run. I just like being able to kind of make it all look different. So I was talking to Paul Lapalisse, actually, with TSN during the Combine, about how it's kind of a chess match. So at the start of the game, maybe I'll use a little bit more speed, and I won't try to give any moves or anything on X, Y, and Z routes. And then in the second quarter, maybe I'll give a move to make it look like that and go the other way, as well as like setting things up weeks prior, right? So maybe I scored a touchdown on a corner route. And now when I go to run the curl, I can kind of give a look like it's going to be the corner and snap it down fast and win on the curl because of the threat of the corner. So I don't necessarily think that there's a favorite route that I run. I love being able to win downfield and make dynamic plays in that sense, but I also love being able to catch the ball underneath and make people miss. And I think I've made quite a name for myself doing both of those things. So it's something that I if I can continue that transition in the CFL and do that, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I don't necessarily have one route that I like to run.
That's fair. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of the time, let's say, could be a touchdown, right? Could be a touchdown play or something like that, even if you're looking at it in hindsight. But yeah, that's interesting. And I mean, for some guys, I mean, I don't know, some guys might be a little bit more flashier or maybe want to be like, let's say Austin Mack, he likes to get on that yak. He's all about the yak yards. Other guys are, take pride in coming down with the 50-50. It seems like you're just, once again, you're well-rounded. That's kind of what you spoke about at the combine.
Yeah, I try to be, for sure. It's definitely, I feel like if you can do everything, then we always talk about like your tool belt as a receiver and just kind of having more and more things in your tool belt. And yeah, I think that speaks to the well-roundedness for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we do have one last question before we go. I know that we prefer to acknowledge you and respect you as any other wide receiver on the Elks, but we also do love to put some emphasis on your pedigree as an all-Albertan product practicing in the CFL. Yeah. So what advice do you have for the future generation of Canadian football players?
Yeah, I think that that's something I'm very fortunate of right now is I'm in the position of, especially being from Grand Prairie, it's a smaller city, and the football community is growing and is ever changing there. But I think that the biggest thing for me is to not limit yourself. I think that being a multi-sport athlete and growing up in that life has been what's made me successful. I think that's why I can be dynamic with the ball in my hand, is because I could read a play and see what was developing as a goalie in hockey, and being able to position myself for a jump ball and a 50-50 ball has come from being able to box somebody out and get a rebound in basketball, and all sorts of things. So I think that not even necessarily just from an athletic standpoint, but as a person, to not necessarily box yourself in at such a young age. You don't have to have the answers to the test when you're 16. You don't have to only play one sport when you're 14. I think that, I played basketball and ran track and did all sorts of different things all the way until the end of high school. The first time that I was a single sport athlete was in university. And I think that's something that if I could stress it to the younger generation, is that multi-sport is something that I think is starting to grow, but especially as I was growing up, wasn't a big thing. You had to be very sport specific, and you had to train year round, and there was goalie camps, and there was spring hockey, and there's the spring league football, and there's coaches that are trying to only have their athletes play one sport. And I think that's the multi-sport side of things. Be a kid, right? Like it'll unfold. The recruiting process is a big one, and it's a tough one. I was very fortunate that I was recruited out of high school, but there is plenty of guys that were in the draft this year that went to junior football or had to take a year off and try out for a team, and they made a team, and everybody's path is a little bit different. So don't be discouraged. But yeah, have fun with it. Like I said, I was always loose, and I was always having fun and enjoying myself and dancing and hanging out with my friends. And it was just another opportunity to spend time with my brothers, like I said. So I think that's the biggest thing is just find passion in whatever you're doing and find something that you enjoy, because you'll put so much more effort into that than anything else in the world.
That's beautiful. Be a kid. And
I love that.
It's great to hear another astute multi-sport athlete. I think, that when we look at most of our past guests on this show, that's one of the more common traits amongst the double E players that we've talked to is the fact that they grew up doing multi-sport, whether it be basketball and football or track and football or whatever. And, sometimes they didn't even start with football. They ended with football sort of deal. So it's great to hear that. That advice is amazing. And you are kind of like the model Albertan CFL player, or at least one of them, right? Kind of coming up through all of these Albertan programs, really, all the way from Upper Peace now down to the city of Edmonton. As you said, I know that, what is it, Grovedale?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grovedale really wants to claim you, especially in the news. I saw that. But, I mean, you technically were born here in Edmonton. So we don't want to take any more of your time, man. That was a good voice crack. We don't want to take any more of your time, Carter. I'm sure that we could talk all night, but your days and nights are very long right now. We do have a comment here we'd like to get to. What a well-spoken young man. Congrats, brother.
Thank you.
R10. I can't say it, but
I'm not gonna.
We are not gonna attempt. We already got enough of that on the show.
I butcher names enough. So.
But yeah, I mean, people are tuning in here. People are really excited. We can see the excitement in the herd chat in the city of Edmonton. We've been seeing the excitement for you here since the combine, and we can't wait to see more. Obviously, training camp still a little bit of a ways to go here, but we're going to be cheering you on to the finish line. We want to see you make the final roster. For tonight, we're not going to keep you any longer. We can't thank you enough for your time tonight. Carter, if you would like to divulge this information, where can our viewers, listeners find you online?
Yeah, pretty much everything's just my first and last name. Some things have a W in there for the middle name. But yeah, just Carter W. Kettyle or Carter Kettyle. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, though. It was a great time. So whenever you guys need, and congrats on 100 episodes as well. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. Thanks. No, really appreciate it. No, can't thank you enough for being here. Chris in the herd chat says great job, Carter, and the Elks herd. Thanks, guys. It's great to have you on. Can't wait to have a chat down the road. I'm sure we will. I think we might even see you at Fan Day on Monday. Very excited for that one, and obviously our viewers and listeners are as well. So yeah, man, for the fifth time, can't thank you enough. We will let you enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great night, guys.
Night.
Cheers. And that was Carter Kettyle, number 80, wide receiver of the Edmonton Elks.
Yeah,
what a fantastic conversation.
Yeah, that's always so cool. I've wanted to have somebody coming from the Golden Bears into our podcast for the longest time.
We did talk to Chevy Thomas last year, right? But to see that transition from
100%.
U of A Golden Bear over to 100%. Edmonton Elk, I think it's truly special. You know what else is special? How about all these viewers and listeners right now?
Yes.
Everybody, can't thank you enough for being here with us tonight. Shout out you, the listener viewer. We are the Elks Herd. This is the Elks Call. Hit the like, subscribe, favorite buttons, and all that jazz if you are enjoying this episode. All right. So
let's move on. Next
segment is Kathy's Herd Report, where we talk about the recent news, transactions, and everything else. Today's Herd Report is brought to you by Rouge, White, and Blue Podcast. Oz and Joe have you covered on the latest happenings in the CFL from across multiple borders. Americans talking Canadian football. Rouge, White, and Blue only on Shotgun Sports Network. They're coming back soon.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
Well, let's talk transactions first. once again, bear with me as I try to make it through all of these names, because man, some of these are hard. But yes, after the last episode that we had last week, on May 8th, we had the Elks adding 7 players ahead of the training camp. That was national long snapper Oren Schellenberg was signed. American linebacker Jaden Pearson was signed. American offensive lineman Jason Lalibert Jr. American wide receiver Joshua Cephas. American wide receiver Julian Hicks. American running back Shunderick Powell. Shunderick Powell. And American defensive back Terrace Reed.
Which Terrace Reed, I believe I've already seen him make a solid player too at training camp.
Oh, so that's good. And we'll talk about the training camp.
We will be. Yes, we'll talk about training camp momentarily.
May 10th, we do have American wide receiver Justin Lockard was released. And the long snapper that they signed on May 8th, Oren Schellenberg, was moved to the retire list. So
yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, but I don't know what happened there.
Why? Okay, and that's not the only one, because we did have another retirement out of this list on May 13th of American offensive lineman Jason Lillibert Jr. That was
I don't
retired.
know. I did.
So I'm not sure. Like, if anybody knows why there's some signings for them to be moved to the retire list or retired right after, was it just players that wanted to retire as double E players? Was it previous players? I'm not sure, but that's just something interesting. On May 11th, we did add 2 national defenders, national defensive back Benjamin Sangmua.
Yeah.
And national linebacker Jackson Brashear.
Which that was one of our Sangmua was one of our draft picks. Oh. So high-end draft pick that was exhausting NFL opportunities before we're deciding to sign with the double E. And we always like those.
Yep. As we said in the previous episode, that we were waiting to see what happens for some of those draft picks that weren't signed quite yet.
Correct.
On May 13th, there are some releases, a lot of releases actually.
First round of cuts.
Yes. Before we go through those, we did sign national linebacker Daryl Jabone. Sorry. I thought I saw an R there. Jabone. He was signed. But in terms of our releases, we did see the releases of national defensive back Jarrell Cummins, American running back Ontario Brown. Oh my gosh, I need new glasses apparently. American wide receiver Ketron Jackson Jr., national wide receiver Colby Herford, national wide receiver Jackson Tachinsky, and American wide receiver Ayir Asante, and American wide receiver JJ Jones.
So I mean, there are a couple of big ones in here. I would also just let's say we could probably hit the zoom on this so we don't have to strain our eyes. But,
I'm reading right off the website, and I'm like,
I know, and I am too, and I have my glasses on, so that means our zoom is way too little on this. There we go. Now we can see everything. Colby Herford, that's a little bit disappointing, obviously, because he was also a U of A Golden Bear that was transitioning to life as an Edmonton Elk, so that's a little bit disappointing.
And not only that, but he's also our son's teacher. On the personal side, there's a little bit of that you get to see the other side of players that are, moving towards this end goal, right? And then that's kind of like that weird little instance that you see somebody else having a career on the side that you're like, oh, wait a second. You're a recent graduate of a university that is trying to pursue this goal, but at the same time, you still have a career, right? Like education and all of that. So I think that's why I was so interested in talking to Carter too, because it's that transition from university to what could be a long-term career and what happens in between, and then having that kind of like weird random perspective outside of that. So we were rooting for Colby, but
But outside of the maybe slightly biased
well, yeah.
no, but Daryl Jabome may be one of the bigger signings. The fact that he did indeed
that was in the first round, right?
Yes, he was our 3rd overall draft pick, and he might actually have an instant impact. He is a linebacker. I assume, pending injuries and everything else, season starts, he may be more on the special team side.
Right.
Then once again, they'll ease him into a starting role eventually over the next few years. But this is also depending on what happens with the rest of the linebackers and where exactly Jabome slots in, because I don't know where Dario slots in right now. I haven't done the greatest amount of research in figuring that out, which spot amongst the 3 linebackers he'd be sitting in, right? So,
well, that was one of the bigger ones that we were wondering about,
totally.
Too, right? Because that was the first round pick. Like, why is he not being signed yet? As in last week, we were having that conversation, and now it's a conversation of where does he fit in?
Yeah, and I mean, it's better to have more irons in the fire than less. You want to have guys hungry and chomping at the bit. Obviously, you don't want to let them waste, but if anything happens, this is a learning experience. Like, we should have our rookies coming up through the system properly as backups, right? Or like not necessarily as starters right off the top. You want experience in those positions. Just like Carter Kettyle. Carter Kettyle might not necessarily be a starter right away. He's going to have to work his way back up through the rankings, but Canadian wide receiver. That's going to be, Keon Julian Grant. If anything happens to him, we have a couple of options, or Zach Mathis. Yeah, I mean, we have options there now, right? So, and I mean, that's what you want, the national flexibility. And we want our Canadians to do well for the ratio. More Canadians you have on the team, really, the better in terms of the ratio.
You would really hope to see a lot more Canadians in a Canadian football league, too. So,
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the cuts, there's no surprises. The other thing, too, is Latondras Regenbald, the quarterback, who is a wide receiver as well. He is now solely a wide receiver. Oh, okay. So he is now competing in camp as a wide receiver as well, alongside the likes of Carter Kettyle. So something to keep an eye out on.
You saw all of that in the training camp.
Yeah, let's
talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Training camp. If you have not been yet, and if you are an Edmonton Elks fan and you have a lunch hour to blow, or maybe you're not working that day during the week or even the weekend, whatever it may be, get on down to Clark, because you see a lot of storyline, even just in the snapshot that you get. I can say I've been there for my lunch breaks and seen a lot of stuff.
You know what? I'm sad that I'm missing a whole bunch of it, because I really want to check it out, especially because, just like you say, it's like it's a very rare opportunity to see them playing in a different setting. And in many ways, you get a better understanding of what their position and what their place are in the training camp, rather than in the hustle and bustle of a game that they may not actually even get to play because they're secondaries or
backups. Yeah. And then the other thing, too, is at Clark, you're closer to the field. Yeah. So you can see different things better, if that makes sense. Now, at Commonwealth, sure, you may be up top and you can see a bit more of an overview.
Right.
But at Clark, you can get up close and you can see things a lot better. So this week we've seen Malik Carney blow up a running back, or blow up one of his teammates on the offensive side. And I mean, Malik Carney wasn't trying to. He did, but then he put his hands up in acknowledgement that he's not trying to injure anybody. Coulter Woodmansey already bringing some elite work, already bringing the aggression and the intensity into training camp as well. There was a bit of a scuffle, I believe. No Donnybrook.
Everybody walked away happy, though.
Everybody walked away. I mean, everybody walked away all right.
They left it on the field, and it was good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what they need to do, right? Ed Hervey and Mark Killam have already spoken on, some of the compete level at training camp right now. And that's what they want to see. They don't want to see people injure each other, but they do want to see competitive play. They want to see dogs out there. And it looks night and day. If you were somebody that went to the last 2 training camps before 2026, you went to 2024, 2025, and you went to 2026, you wouldn't be you wouldn't be able to really put 2 and 2 together that these are all the same teams, or that some of these players were actually on this team right now.
That's cool.
Everybody knows their roles a lot better. Everybody's snapping into place way quicker. The coaches know exactly what they're doing through their regimes. They know what they're looking for. It's way more organized. The vibes are good. There's lots of smiles. There's hooting and hollering, but it's organized. It's there's more of a brotherhood there.
Right.
Cordell Jackson coming up and shooting the breeze and stuff. And yeah, I mean, Austin Mack was going out and talking to people today. I saw Rick Lawlisher talking to Chris Morris today.
Right.
Like it's that family vibe down there, and everybody's happy, but everybody knows what they're doing. And under the Chris Jones era, they did not. I've now we can talk about it. And I'm sure there's a lot more we could talk about in regards to it.
Anymore.
It's not too soon, but I mean, the things that we heard about the Chris Jones era and how he was running his training camps, his practice sessions during the week, his walkthroughs, his installs, this is so far removed from that. And these guys all care about each other out there, but they're also trying to make plays. Like even Austin Mack isn't coming away clean right now in training camp. There is in Carter Kettyle, he's competing, but Austin Mack, even went for a big one, which he's been really good on the hands, had a bad one, tough one, defense got it, hauled it in. Things that you probably or hopefully won't see in regular game action. So,
but that's what training camp is all about, right? And suddenly
shake off the rust.
Yeah, well, that and run through plays that perhaps you may not see before, and then you're just ready for whatever may show up. And
that's fair. Speaking of showing up, I do have one concern from training camp: the kicking.
Oh,
I've
been wondering about that. Like, we haven't heard anything. I mean, right now, who is it? Who is it that we have?
Vincent Blanchard. For long snapper.
Well, we have a long snapper for sure. But
but Vincent Blanchard is our kicker, and I can tell you that he is not automatic right now. Seen quite a few misses now, mind you. This guy is also kicking a lot of balls a day.
Yeah.
So benefit of the doubt, but. I mean, I did see that other media outlets were maybe wondering, is Vincent Blanchard our guy? And it also took Vincent Blanchard about 3 or 4 games last year to get it together. It was a big storyline for last season. And he did finish strong, but numbers still could have been better. So we should run a poll. Could run a poll on it, but that will be an interesting storyline, I believe. Kicking. We know the punting is good. Jake Julian's there. We know the wide receivers. We know the wide receiver room is deep.
Oh yeah, right now it is.
Like I mean, a lot of the players that were cut, I want to say a fair amount of them were receivers.
Yeah.
And then there is another name that is actually Isaiah Knight. I'd like to talk about Isaiah Knight for a minute. Running back, because we know that Justin Rankin and Javon Leake pretty much have that area locked down. Just want to make sure I am correct on this. But really interesting. I don't think I have seen a running back kind of show that well outside of the guys we currently have, right? Isaiah Knight, number 34. So Isaiah Knight has been doing the thing out there. He's going to be somebody to keep an eye out on. I have a feeling that, maybe he's going to be like, I don't know. I think he's making a really strong case to potentially make the team, if not practice roster for sure. Yeah. But somebody to keep an eye on, number 34, that's Isaiah Knight. That's who I'm watching.
That's good.
So
that's good. That'll be good to see. Maybe I'll show up tomorrow. Boys have short day.
Do it. Swing on by. I'll give you the schedule.
We'll pick him up and head to training camp for a little bit.
Oh, totally. And then, we're going to talk about Fan Day a little bit later on. Right.
Yep. And before we move on, there's a comment here from Pierre that I do want to bring up. Typically, the team that wins the Grey Cup also has the best Canadian talent.
That is fair. Shamad Chambers, 2015, most outstanding Canadian in the Grey Cup. So Canadian Grey Cup MVP. I remember that stat. Shamad Chambers, somebody that used to catch balls thrown by number 13, Michael Riley. Everybody drink. Let's go. First one of the season.
That's the first one of the season.
Cheers, everybody. But how about we talk a little bit more about Edmonton? let's give everybody an Edmonton sports update. Oh. The Edmonton Elks started training camp on Sunday. First round of cuts were announced today, with more cuts in the coming weeks. Check out the action in person at Clark Stadium. Training camp dates and times can be found on goelks.com. The Edmonton Stingers were back in action last Saturday, suffering defeat to the Winnipeg Sea Bears at the Edmonton Expo Center by a score of 77-75. They'll host the Vancouver Bandits at the Expo this Saturday. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Mountain. Don't forget that Love Pro Wrestling has events every month, with their next event at the Rec Room South Common on May 28th. Tickets as low as $10 for Sky High talent. You don't want to miss out on Love Pro Wrestling. For the Elks, you're up to date.
It feels a little short.
There's not much going on right now. Riverhawks isn't
coming. We're
like,
coming. It's coming.
It's
coming. I want to make it a goal this year. Okay. You can chill with the music. I want to make it a goal this year. Let's go to at least one game
of every
sport.
I'm down. We did it last year.
No, we didn't go see we didn't go see the Stingers game.
We did.
What?
Remember I screwed up Jordan Baker?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I was thinking
story
with the
not
boys.
for the air,
I was thinking with the boys, but yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I had my own personal mishap at the autograph session after. That's going to be a story for another time.
Bring it up.
No, how about we bring up green or gold? Let's play some green or gold, which is our take on hot or not. Green or gold is brought to you by Lather. They're back. Lather is back on our partner list. They are back on this segment. Lather smell damn good with Canadian-made soaps and more. And the Elks Call is extremely thrilled to have Lather back on the roster. We know you'll be happy with Lather too. Check it out. Save 20% off using code SHOTGUN20. All caps, no spaces.
I'm happy that you're buying them again.
Oh my God. Catherine Schrader. What the hell?
Smell damn good.
I have been still smelling. We have lather in the shower over here, okay? We still have been rocking with lather, even though the affiliate program had disappeared for a bit. But yeah, we're back to being lather ambassadors. We're actually going to have the product for the next episode. Nathan Byer in the herd chat. What up, Nathan? He does ask, is your deodorant still going? We had an update. I want to play a game because I have a new deodorant showing up. By the way, I still use lather deodorant. It's still upstairs. I still have.
Do you ever finish it?
I think that one he's talking about, yes. Okay. But I'm on my
that was like a year and a half ago, so I hope so.
Smell damn good, last damn long. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Oh man, that's so good. John Kirby also does say here. So during the off season, you don't lather up with it. Oh man, you got everybody on fire right now with the lather. Once again, 20% off, Shotgun 20, all caps, no spaces. That's Shotgun 20. Smell damn good, save damn money. Go over to lather.com. Okay, let's play some green or gold. Great episode today. Let's play some green or gold. We are going to bring up a topic or an item, and if you like it, you're going to vote gold. If you don't like it, you're going to vote green. Herd chat, you know what to do. Let's blow it up. Throw your vote into the herd chat to have your voice. HERD. Herd. All right, green or gold here. Fan Day in Spruce Grove. Fan Day in Spruce Grove. Is it a green or is it a gold?
Last year was in Sherwood Park, right? Or was in
it was in Sherwood Park.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go with gold. Yeah, I mean that's kind of involving some of the smaller communities surrounding Edmonton, and I like that. I mean, I feel like if every year it can be a different stadium in surrounding cities, I think that'd be cool.
I don't see any reason to not agree, so I'm going to say gold.
Surprisingly, you like to disagree with me a lot in these ones.
We do. But the thing is with this one as well is that Larry Thompson Brothers, Thompson Family Arena right around the corner. You know, the Thompson family, you know, also, of course, doing the Green and Goals night.
Right.
There's a lot of Green and Gold right now, but, you know, there's obviously that connection there, and they did need to go to Spruce Grove sooner than later. Spruce Grove is also one of few EE approved practice facilities.
Right.
They do have the 2 turfs side by side. If you look at the Fan Day graphic, they will have the CDMFA field, which is more so for families and for people that, you know, want to go run around on the turf, throw a football around. They're going to have tons of family activities on that turf. I'm sure like balloon fortresses and all these other things, or what do you call them? Bouncy castles. balloon fortress. This is a new word. I like this.
Bouncy castle.
Balloon fortresses. No, it's a bouncy castle. Settle down, Scouts. Settle down.
Holy, okay.
It's epic.
I forgot everything I was going to say after that.
Perfect.
But anyways, I just hope, the only thing that I do hope is that they don't just stick with Spruce Grove every year. No, if they can continue moving throughout cities, you know, Fort Saskatchewan,
bring it
maybe
to tourists, exactly.
Right, or something.
Or even local fields like JP Bowl, bring it to Johnny Bray, bring it to...
different areas. It just involves different communities into this as well. So hopefully it's just not biased towards Spruce Grove.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't stick to it.
I agree. No, it's I'm excited about it. We will be at Fan Day this year. So if you'd like to come say hi, we were actually going to be on Media Row alongside our friends over at the Turf District, Edmonton Sports Talk, 880 Ched. All of our good media friends, we will be alongside them on Radio Row this year. So come see us. We will be between the 2 fields. We're also going to be doing fan interviews. So we'll have a nice little disclaimer sheet. We'll get it all planned. But if you would like to be interviewed and be on Shotgun Sports Network yourself with our fan interviews and the fun media we're going to do with it, swing on by, come see us. And grab some stickers as well. We will have a ton of stickers, I'm sure. So it'll be a blast. And to get to see the Green and Gold scrimmage, we know that's happening. Barbecue, there's going to be the labor. I forget the exact like CDLA or whatever, but the labor crew will be doing the barbecue. Alumni autograph sessions. I'm sure a couple freebies. Team store will be on site. Football Alberta is doing things. You can buy a shirt from them. Go support Football Alberta as well. It's going to be amazing. So I'm super excited, super duper excited for this one.
Although we do have a really good point over here. We do have John Kirby that says green. Because it is not easily accessible for people that don't drive and rely on transit. This is the second one. I can't attend. So yes, 100%. There isn't any transit from the city to Spruce Grove?
I guess
That's
not.
Interesting.
I mean, for St. Albert,
I know St.
John
Albert
did
there
also suggest St. Albert football field because maybe that's a little bit more accessible for John.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
That is definitely a good point because we do know quite a few people that rely on transit rather than driving to get to some of these events. So
I wonder if the Edmonton Elks would be down to do a couple school buses even from Commonwealth on Fan Day.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to figure out exactly. But we do have a couple of goals from Jamie Fadoon.
Jamie Fadoon says gold. Jamie also congratulated us on our 100th. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
I also saw him at training camp today. Sorry.
Pierre, he does say Spruce Grove equals
gold. Love it.
Wrong time. All right. John says there is transit, but it is a holiday Monday. That is also a really good point. You know, there's maybe even taking that into consideration if you're going to different cities, that maybe not make it a holiday.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next topic on green or gold. Which do you have? You do. Okay. John did actually ask about this earlier on in the episode, so let's just get right to it. Double E sideline apparel for 2026. The stuff that was announced today. Is it green or is it gold? I'm going to say it's gold.
Hold on, I'm looking.
I'm just a hardcore for anything double E.
I know, we have too much double E in this house. You don't need any more double E shirts.
More.
You need more. No, I actually do love a few of these. If you can see them on the screen, and for those that cannot see them and you're listening to this episode, make sure that you head to the Edmonton Elks website and you take a look at their new collections. But I do like them. I love this one. I love the one that says Edmonton double E. I want it. I've been asking for something that says Edmonton on the shirts for a while. So if there's something that I'm going to buy, it's probably one of those.
They did it for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Christine.
Thanks,
even though I know it's not Christine.
Nothing to do with Christine and the folks over at the team store, but I'm sure they will accept the...
But yes, that's a gold for me.
Oh, sorry, what is it?
Gold.
There you go. Game day, baby. What up, Ken? He also says gold. John Kirby also says gold. And he also does say that he loves the gray jacket that they have there. I think that was the one in the picture. Yeah,
it might have been.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. No, it's not in there. But I do know which one he's talking about. That gear is pretty darn good. Yeah. I mean, the hat's a little bit underwhelming for me, but I'm also a traditional. I just like the gold brim, the green, and a form of double. Like this is all.
You also have like 50 of them, so.
More. Pierre also says double E gold, never too much. That's the type of support I need in my life. Okay, that's the stuff right there.
You should see. You know what? I'm gonna hide it for next episode. I'm gonna take a picture of your closet and your drawers. Just so that people can see just the amount of green that is in these drawers.
There's a lot. Bleed green and gold, as we say, and wear green or gold unless, of course, I have to go to work or go to formal. Well, even when we go for fancy dinner, it's like
you have pulled the double E black.
The Elks head, yes.
No, in the button up the polo. Yes. You have pulled out the double E
2015 era. Yeah.
So don't give me that. Anyways.
All right. Well, how about we give the fans what they want here? How about we open up the fan?
Before that, we do have Bear Paw Chris, double E logo being the primary logo, platinum plated gold.
Okay. The double E logo being the primary logo, and somebody had actually mentioned today on X, they're like, did you notice that they're phasing out the elk head? Like, yeah, well, I mean, Larry Thompson did announce that when he bought the team.
100%.
So,
it's not going to be phased out completely. It's just going to be the secondary logo.
It's
just even like residual logo that you may still see in some of the things that are left over. But yes, it's pretty much out.
In 5 years from now, the hope is that there is no more elk head anywhere, because even the practice jerseys still have them. A lot of their side, their gear.
Yeah.
Whether they get given old stuff or whatever from time to time, any of the shorts with the numbers on it, you know what athlete club shorts look like. So they always have the numbers on them and whatnot, and they still have a lot of elk head stuff out there.
Right.
So it does make me wonder, like, will it stick around in some capacity? I don't think so. I think the indigenous elk head logo will be sticking around for the foreseeable future. I just don't know if the other one will even really make an appearance.
Right.
Going forward. So, I mean, we'll still see it around. And I personally like it. I think it is one of the cleaner logos. It doesn't look that bad. Like, I mean, I came to love that elk head. And unfortunately, we went back to double E's, but fortunately we went back to double E's because you can't screw up this iconic look. The double E's, the gold double E's are just iconic. You can't go wrong with it. All right. Let's open it up. Let's get into the fan forum. In this segment, we are going to talk about the hottest topics surrounding the Edmonton Elks and the CFL world as a whole, Herd Chat, you know what to do for the last time tonight. Let's blow it up. Get your comments and questions onto the show. And of course, we will be taking your questions and asking them on the show as well. So if you got some questions, throw them into that Herd Chat as well, and we'll get it onto the show. Let's open it up. This is the fan forum. Question number 1. CFL has announced more changes to the CFL rulebook. Well, kind of. In 2026, in the last 3 minutes, we will see the 20-second clock return, which is what they were trying to get rid of with the 35-second automatic play clock. And then if the score is tied after mini games, there will be a 2-point convert shootout to finish the game. No more ties. What do we think?
These ones are. I think these ones are not so bad. I think I like, speeding the game up a little bit. There's been a few instances that, the last 3 minutes of the game feels like a whole other half an hour of the game, right? So there has been a lot of that. So I'm not mad about that particular change. And the no more ties, well, in paper it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it makes nobody wants to see a tie.
But the NFL still has ties.
Yeah.
Just saying. Joffrey.
But why is it that they don't want any more ties? Because of the point system that they want?
Well, I mean,
going towards the playoffs because it's a different type of, how you're approaching the playoffs is a little bit different nowadays.
Right.
Oh, but that's not even, is that applicable to this year or that's not applicable to this
No,
year?
that's for next year.
That's for next year.
So
it's
year.
not,
this is the last year of a lot of things.
Right.
Like
this is applicable this year.
This is applicable this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, because of that 35-second play clock,
Right.
it's automatically going to run. I don't know. I think where I'm confused is that whole stepping back. You're gonna run. You're gonna make this wholesale change. You're gonna make this massive change to the game. We're going to go to these automatic 35-second play clocks or a 35-second automatic play clock. But then now we're gonna switch it back to the 20-second call, whistle in, call in, play clock. Like it's just pick a lane.
Yeah.
And now if you're already bending on this after people have complained and you're already kind of bending back the other way.
Right.
What was the point of annoying everybody to begin with?
I agree on that. Like what is the point of announcing certain changes and then being like, no, never mind, we're going back on that. We're going to do it this way.
That just pisses people off more.
At that point, do you even not know the game well enough to come up with a decision properly the first time around? Like, what do you have to backtrack on what you said?
Yeah.
In the first place. So yes, I agree. I definitely 100% agree on that. I'm not mad at the fact that it can speed up.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed at the fact that they can't freaking make up their minds. And the thing is that you're not even sure how this is going to look like for next year. A lot of the rule changes that we have seen, which have been many compared to recent years, it's like, well, clearly they're not written in stone. We'll see what happens. And it's so nonchalant that it seems really weird and ridiculous for a professional league. Well,
even take a look, like, let's say Chris Agar here in the Herd Chat. What up, Chris? If I haven't said it already, what the heck is wrong with the tie? They barely ever happen. Anyways, a result is a result. So why do we have to force a winner or a loser? Because like I said, in the NFL, they still have ties.
Yeah.
If the tie is still good enough for the NFL.
Well, and that's why I asked, like, does it have to do with the other rule changes? Because otherwise, what's the reason for changing that?
Seriously.
Why are they saying that?
So the 35-second play clock makes sense because they're trying to speed up the game.
Yeah,
but now we're slowing down the game again. When really, wouldn't you want to keep the pressure up and the tempo up? And you are also kind of like, they do, of course, get the break, right, in the final 3 minutes, 3-minute warning. But then things slow down after that, and now you're dragging that out back to that original, like, 15 minutes sometimes, or 10 minutes, or whatever crazy amount with timeouts and everything else.
Right.
So,
well,
that's where you get the most time, though.
Yeah, if they continue the 35-second play throughout, let's say, instead of just changing the last 3 minutes of the game.
But the last 3 minutes is what takes the longest.
Yep. Oh, so, 100%. That's what we have seen. That's what we have seen lately, for sure. But at the same time, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not necessarily mad about it, but I am disappointed, as you say.
Yeah.
Chris over here, he also says, what I don't like is the league going to a shootout style to finish a game. This is in junior high school intramurals.
Fair.
That's fair.
What I don't like, this is from Chris as well. He does say, what I don't like is the league. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. I was off. Pierre does say the 20-second clock change had the potential to ruin the very part of the CFL football brand in the last 3 minutes finish.
You know what? There have been plenty of games that there's 3 minutes on the clock and we turn around and we say there's still a lot of football left.
Still a lot of football left.
You know?
Well, I mean, it's an oxymoron. You want to speed up the game, but you also don't want to speed up the longest part of the second and fourth quarters. It just...
Well, and see, now that I'm sitting with this and kind of thinking about it a little bit more, it also has the potential of really ruining plays, I think, making people a lot more reckless, making people a lot more,
I guess,
like, not conscious of plays. It's just Hail Marys for 20 seconds on and off.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have 20 seconds to get it done.
Well, no, that's your play. Yeah, you have 20 seconds. Yeah, so you're
in the last 3 minutes, so you're just like, go, 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 go.
Arcade football.
There's a lot more chances of mistakes. There may be a lot more chances of not reading plays properly, right? Because you're rushed. At that point, you feel a lot more rushed. So, yeah, I don't know.
I think the bigger question here, and this is part 2 of the fan form question, can the CFL just stop making changes for once? It's
not a question. Can the CFL just stop?
Well, like should they take a chill? Because they've already pissed off fans almost on a monthly basis since the offseason in regards to rule changes or other silly little things in between. Can we not just enjoy the league for what it is, or at least, and I think John actually mentioned it earlier on in the show. You know, Stuart Johnson comes in and makes change after change after change after change. It's just a lot of change for a crowd that seemingly is not liking the changes.
Yeah.
The crowd is not cheering for the changes right now.
Man, read the room.
Read the room. Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. Read the room, right?
Man. Yeah.
Well, and you're also changing everything for these organizations as well. The 9 organizations. You're changing everything for the hundreds of players that play in the league. You're making changes to the fiber of Canadian football. One change is a lot. When you're changing an entire sport, Canadian football is a sport of its own. It's not American gridiron football. It's Canadian gridiron football. It has its own history. It has over 100 years of Grey Cup excellence. The roots are there. CFL football, Canadian. University, we'll be back. It will also change it at the university and the grassroots level. And that's it's a ripple effect. So can we give it maybe just 1 year of changes and letting everything mesh?
Just chill.
Before?
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I get the updates or any email or any sort of notification of the CFL announces, I'm like, now what? Now what? Like, what the heck? At this point, I might as well just learn a brand new sport. Because what the heck's happening here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I know you're exaggerating, but it is changing the sport as a whole. So,
well, no, I do agree that I feel like if you're going to make fundamental changes to the way that a sport has been played in years, they have to be gradual instead of, here's all these changes, we'll see how it goes, or at least have a very good reasoning behind it. Like, if he goes and actually explains the reasoning behind it and it makes sense, then there's a greater chance of being like, okay, I see your point, let's try that. But if it's just nilly-willy friggin' changes, let's see what happens, just for funsies.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell are you doing? What's the purpose of this?
No, and that's how a lot of fans feel right
Yeah.
now. I'm not speaking for all fans. Like,
No,
I
of course
mean,
not. That's
it's everybody has their own opinion, and we appreciate that. We foster that. We're here to share that. We're always down for differing opinions as well. We never agree on many things, or maybe I'm not going to say never, but there are some things that we do not agree on, even on the show. It is what it is. So to each their own. I just believe that Stujo kind of needs to chill out on the changes and maybe let some changes take effect, take place, acclimate fans, players, organizations to league changes, and
I feel like
forward.
if there's a couple of changes and they're successful, people will be more open to continuing changes. Right? If they see that, oh yeah, you know what, that actually made sense. It made a difference in the way that the game is played for the better. Well, what else can be improved? What else can we change? But once again, now you're throwing so many variables at the same time to try to see what sticks and what doesn't. Right? And
it's frustrating. No, totally frustrating. But we will get there. As fans, we will get there. We are all in this together. And John Kirby does say he's still waiting for that app. He also does wonder if any day we could hear that the CFL is returning to CBC with American teams. Like that, we are going to close this fan forum because we don't want to get into American expansion right now.
No.
It has been a day, a week, a month. And it's going to be one heck of a year down at Commonwealth Stadium and Clark Field. It's going to be a blast. I'm super excited. Most importantly, how about Grant Fuhr Park? That's where we will see everybody for Fan Day this Monday. Spruce Grove. We will be at Radio Row. Very excited to see everybody. Get your stories. Talk to you guys as fans and get some great interviews in with fans, players alike, maybe even, maybe a couple organization members. We'll see what we can do. But we're going to go ahead and officially close that fan forum. And like that, we have reached the end of the episode. Holy cow. What a great one. Fantastic episode. Can't thank everybody enough for tuning in tonight. Absolute blast. Wherever you are watching from or listening from, which could be Apple Music. Is it Apple Music? Yeah. Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts. Spotify. TuneIn. iHeartRadio. Edmonton Sports Talk. Wherever you get your ear candy, shout out you. Wherever you get your eye candy, shout out you as well. But YouTube is usually where you can find us. Whoa. Okay, maybe not that type of eye candy, Katherine. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching us, that's going to be on the Elks Herd on Facebook or Shotgun Sports Network on YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, favorite buttons, all that good stuff. Smash the thumbs up. Once again, can't thank everybody enough. Can't thank Carter Kettyle enough for that amazing interview. If you missed it, go on back, go check it out. Can't miss it. It was an amazing one. Great story. U of A, really, St. Joe's Celtics too. The Edmonton Elks. So fantastic. Big thanks everybody once again. My name is Scout Natick, aka the rep from Section X.
And I'm Katherine.
This was the Elks Call. You were rocking with the Elks Herd, and we will check everybody on the next episode of the Elks Call.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night, everybody. Cheers.